A Russian soldier sprints through open ground panic in every step as a Ukrainian FPV drone hunts close behind. He looks back once realizing too late the chase is already over. Under the wide stretch of grassland, a Russian soldier finds himself in a desperate struggle against a Ukrainian FPV drone closing in fast. He sidesteps its first charge by a narrow margin and immediately rises, flinging his rifle toward the drone with force. But it veers past untouched, prompting him to reach for a grenade and hurl it with the same urgency. Yet the drone maintains its course, adjusts with precision, and finishes the encounter with cold, calculated finality. Two Russian soldiers scan the open field quietly, debating where to hide. They settle on a thick patch of brush and move quickly inside. But overhead, a Ukrainian FPV drone has already marked their location. Seconds later, the entire hiding spot falls silent. In the sunny direction, a Ukrainian drone moves silently toward a ruined house. Outside, a Russian soldier walks along the edge of the rubble, focused on his path, unaware of the drone above. He doesn't look up. By the time it reaches him, there's no time to react. Smoke rises where he once stood. On an open field, a group of Russian soldiers gathers to prepare a supply transfer, stacking crates of essential goods for transport to their unit. Suddenly, one of them spots something above. The group scatters in panic, sprinting in different directions without formation. Seconds later, a Ukrainian drone descends and releases a grenade that lands squarely on the pile of supplies, setting the entire cache ablaze. Smoke rises across the field as the fire consumes what was meant to sustain their line. Minutes pass before one soldier cautiously returns. He pauses at the smoldering remains, then rushes toward the flames, trying to extinguish what's already lost. Two Russian soldiers rest in the grass beside a dirt road, unaware a drone is already approaching. It descends and drops near their position. One soldier panics, bolts from cover, and escapes the immediate area. After a brief pause to drink water, he resumes moving. But the reprieve is short. A second drone intercepts him along the path. Along a narrow dirt trail, a Ukrainian grenade-dropping drone hovers quietly above two Russian soldiers, pushing a wheelbarrow stacked with supplies toward their unit. The drone maintains its distance, observing their slow progress through the open terrain. Suddenly, one of the soldiers looks up and spots the hovering threat. In an instant, panic sets in. The two split and run in opposite directions, abandoning the cart in a desperate attempt to avoid the strike. But the drone doesn't give chase. Instead, it pauses briefly, then releases a grenade directly onto the abandoned load of supplies, leaving the trail behind them, engulfed in smoke and fire. A Russian soldier sleeps in the grass as a Ukrainian FPV drone drifts closer. He wakes, suddenly startled and confused, but the moment for escape has already passed. A Russian soldier moves nervously along the tree line, his eyes shifting between the ground ahead and the sky above, as uncertainty shadows every step. In the distance, a Ukrainian drone begins its approach, quiet and deliberate. And though the soldier still hopes it will pass overhead without incident, the drone slows, hovers directly above him, and releases a single grenade that ends the movement just as quietly as it began. Two Ukrainian FPV drones closed in on one target, merging instinct and precision as coordination turned competition into a flawless tactical strike. Near a narrow path leading into the forest, a Ukrainian grenade-carrying drone begins shadowing a group of Russian soldiers as they make their way beneath the canopy. Their pace is casual, unaware that eyes from above are already locked onto every movement. When the group stops near a large tree to rest, the drone shifts position and releases a grenade that lands dangerously close, The soldiers scatter in confusion, diving for cover, as panic overtakes the moment. One soldier, wounded in the leg, is unable to flee with the others. Left behind, he crawls deeper into the forest, dragging himself toward the underbrush in a desperate attempt to escape the view above. Over an exposed patch of ground, a Ukrainian reconnaissance drone hovers low and identifies what appears to be a concealed Russian anti-tank mine positioned beneath a scattering of brush. Without delay, it drops a grenade aimed directly at the device, but the blast leaves the mine intact. Moments later, a second drone enters the scene and delivers another explosive charge with the same result: no visible damage. Finally, a third drone lines up above the target, releases its payload with precise timing, and this time the mine detonates, sending debris into the air. It takes not just accuracy, but persistence to neutralize hardened threats hidden in plain sight. In Sumy Oblast, Ukrainian surveillance identifies a group of Russian soldiers preparing to cross a river. Before the movement begins, an FPV drone is deployed. It closes in swiftly and neutralizes the lead element, halting the operation before it starts. These encounters reveal more than just battlefield moments. They show how technology is reshaping supply lines, decision-making, and even fear itself. From drone precision to soldier reactions, every second counts and every move is watched. What once required an ambush now unfolds from hundreds of feet above. If you found these scenes revealing or thought-provoking, consider sharing your thoughts in the comments. What would you have done in their place? Subscribe for more battlefield breakdowns and turn on notifications to stay ahead of the tactics shaping modern warfare. Your voice adds value to the conversation. Join us as this story continues to evolve. In the Pokrovsk direction, Ukraine's 414th Air and Space Brigade, also known as Magyar's Birds, carried out a series of precise FPV drone strikes that eliminated around 30 Russian soldiers. The targets included small infantry groups moving through open terrain and others sheltering inside ruined structures. Each strike followed real-time reconnaissance and was often supported by coordinated ground units. These attacks were not random, but carefully planned to disrupt enemy formations and deny them the ability to regroup. The unit's success highlights how persistent aerial pressure can shift the balance without direct confrontation. On today's battlefield, dominance is not just about holding ground, but about who sees first, who decides faster, and who controls the airspace with precision and patience. In the Kupiansk sector, a North Korean-made Type 75 multiple rocket launcher camouflaged under a forest canopy became the focus of a Ukrainian counter-battery operation. Reconnaissance drones from the 45th Flyaleskaki 45th Artillery Brigade tracked heat signatures and vehicle movement through the trees. Coordinates were verified, and moments later, artillery fire struck the concealed site with exact precision. The launcher, along with its support equipment, was destroyed before it could relocate. In the occupied left bank of Kherson, Ukraine's NGU Special Unit Lasar Group tracked a Russian Tu-S6 Tunguska system concealed between tree lines. The vehicle, part of an air defense network, had been active minutes earlier, targeting Ukrainian drones using aerial reconnaissance. The unit confirmed coordinates and relayed them to artillery support. Moments later, multiple rounds struck the position with pinpoint accuracy, igniting the vehicle and silencing its radar. The entire engagement lasted under 2 minutes, a clean, coordinated strike that neutralized one of Russia's key air defense assets in the sector.